Hello and welcome. I'm Chris McManus from McManus Asset Finance. This is your business finance partner, a regular check-in where we talk through what's really going on in your business, how finance can support it, and what to watch out for along the way. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Your Business Finance Partner. I'm Chris McManus. This week, I want to talk to you about something that comes up from time to time, and that's the challenge that business owners sometimes feel about where they should go when they're looking to access finance. A lot of businesses will have relationships with their bank, and they'll assume that that will be the best and only place to go for any financing they need. The banks see their bank statements, they know how much they're getting in, going out, etc., and they assume that that will be the easiest route for them in accessing finance. And the truth is somewhat different. 20, 30 years ago, traditional bank managers existed for many businesses. You get to know your bank manager, they would know you, they'd have local discretionary powers to agree facilities for you, and it all worked really, really well. And then over time, things have changed. Banks have decided that their focus needs to be on larger corporate businesses. So most SMEs these days, below a certain level of turnover, don't receive any local bank manager attention or service at all. The bank has become the place where they put their money and take their money out, and very little else. And so what then emerged over the last 20, 25 years or so is the growth of the broker market. People like ourselves at McManus Finance, hundreds of other brokers across the UK that provide that service that used to exist to businesses across the UK, that personal service, the ability to understand a business's needs and provide a local and personal service to their business customers. And so with that in mind, I thought it'd be useful to do a little overview of why I believe the bank is probably the last place you want to look if you're looking to raise financing for your business. The key challenge a bank has when dealing with a business is this. They only have one suite of products available to them, and they need to make that product suite fit every potential customer they're going to come into contact with, and it just doesn't work. Sometimes there's sectors that perhaps fall out of favour with a bank's lending policy. Perhaps there's products that the client wants that the bank doesn't offer, and you end up being in a situation where you're trying to fit square pegs into round holes, to use the analogy. And what brokers can offer business is a whole of market access to the finance market. We are able to understand all the products that are available, including ones that many businesses don't know that exists. We're able to approach multiple lenders, understand their preferences, the areas they're strong in, the areas they're not interested in, the typical terms they offer, the typical rates they offer, their attitude to credit risk, and all the variables that can come across in any business and any business finance application. And that can save you as a business so much time. Your options would be to approach lenders directly, knowing which way to go, who's going to be able to be the best fit for you when that isn't your job. Your job is to run a haulage business, or to be a manufacturer, or an engineering business, or run a funeral business, or lay concrete, or dig up roads. This is what your business is, and you know infinitely more about that than a finance broker ever will. And so it's not unreasonable to assume that the finance market will be seen, understandably, as an area of necessity rather than an area you need to understand or really want to understand the ins and outs and the nitty-gritty of. And so that's where a good finance broker can come in and really, really support you. And that's what we've always tried to do at McManus Asset Finance. Deliver that level of personal attention that used to exist, bringing back the old idea of a personal bank manager, so to speak. And so there are areas that it's important to consider. So at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, yeah, Chris, I get it. Brokers have more options, more funders they can go to than a bank. That makes sense, but you're going to cost me more money. A broker is always going to be more expensive than if I just go directly to the bank. Okay, this does come up, and this is really, really important. You understand how banks price their deals. We have to separate the bank from the bank manager. The bank's job is to maximize its return on the funds it has available, and that has a cost of borrowing. The bank manager is simply a sales channel for the bank to get their product to market. In the same way, if you have stock and you need to sell it, your salespeople is your overhead. With brokers, the bank has no overhead. With the bank manager, the bank has to cover that bank manager's salary, their pension, their company car, their office, their admin support, their IT support, their insurances, the marketing. It goes on and on and on. And that's all built into the price you pay if you deal directly with your bank manager. When they deal with a broker, The bank has no overhead. They lend their money effectively wholesale. The broker is covering the cost of paying their staff, paying their marketing, paying their company vehicles and their website and all of those other costs that come with associated to generate business opportunities. And so the bank doesn't have those costs. So the bank can lend money to brokers at no greater cost than it would be dealing directly with the bank. And then, and only then, if the bank finds a deal that the broker's introduced that they're happy with, will they price the deal and the broker earns a commission, which is how most brokers get paid. And so the cost of dealing with a broker is no more expensive than dealing directly with your bank. And in some cases, it can actually be cheaper, believe it or not. And that's why many lenders, many finance houses don't have sales teams at all. They are completely broker-led businesses. And the chances are you probably haven't even heard of most of them, because unless you've dealt with them through a broker, you won't even know they're there. And that, again, is another advantage of dealing with brokers, bringing you access to products that you wouldn't be able to access in any other way. Another really, really important idea I want to get across to you is this. The bank is where you want to put your money. If you do everything with your bank, you have an overdraft with them, you take loans with them, a mortgage, you invoice discount with them, bank has complete and utter control over all the financial levers you need to run your business. As soon as you run into challenge, they can pull on those levers. That's not a good place to be. We've seen it. We've heard about it. It can crush a business. Use a bank as the place where you put your money. If you need to borrow money for a mortgage, for asset finance, for invoice finance, for business loans, use a broker. You'll be in control. You'll spread the risk and you'll manage your business's finances far, far more effectively. You won't find yourself in a pincer movement. We've seen it too many times. Use your bank to hold your money and to pay your bills. For everything else, get a great broker. Let them do the work for you. I guarantee you it will be the best decision you ever make. Thank you for listening. This has been Chris McManus, your business finance partner. Catch you on the next episode. Thank you. This has been your business finance partner with Chris McManus. If you're a UK business owner and would like to discuss your business finance options, please call us on 03300 270433 or email info@mcmanus.finance.